True fans live for their team. For those true U of A fans, there is Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. GH, big news in the college athletics world on Tuesday. Steve Patterson was fired as the athletic director at Texas. And as people try to put together a list of potential replacements, one name keeps showing up, and it's Greg Byrne. Is this a real threat, do you think? And tell the folks just how, I don't think they understand how big a job this is.
I suspect they'll stop and look at him at some point, don't you?
Yes.
And I think they'll be favorably impressed.
Mm-hmm.
But there'll also be 5 or 7 other guys they'll be impressed with.
Mm-hmm.
So, what, 14% probability?
Right. Yeah.
Something like that.
You had a column in today's paper where you said, what, the big 6
Yeah.
guys. And, you said, I'm not sure Byrne's number 1 on that list, but I'm certain that he's not 6th. I mean, he is going to be one of a handful of people seriously considered for this job.
And every big job that's going to come up.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's, your great point today, and I'm not sure that the average fan understands this, is, it's what do you call it, a FFA job, or an FFO job, an FFO job, a first flight out, which is the opportunities at Texas, if you're an athletic director, are such that they choose you and you go.
You don't have any money problems there. You don't worry about it like you have to here.
Right.
All the time. You have to worry about getting 47,000 people there for the football game is NAU.
Right. Yeah. And you know what, with Byrne, people talk about, the salary bump for him would obviously be significant. And nobody, hard to turn down that kind of money. Larger than that, though, is that he is in my opinion, fundraiser at heart. The University of Texas, you can throw a football and hit 3 millionaires who want to help your program. At Arizona, you kind of have to sift through a lot of donors to find somebody with the ability to really alter your program, a Colin Jeannie Davis kind of donor.
Is the well dry here?
That's a great question.
It could be.
Could be. Tucson's not Austin, Texas.
No, it's a tough job.
Yeah.
People in Tucson, I don't think, understand how tough it is and what he's done, raising almost $100 million already.
Well, and there's a couple of issues there, too. Number one, Tucson, in terms of average person's income, is not a particularly wealthy town. And secondly, they had to not only cultivate these relationships with they had to cultivate the relationship before they asked for the money. And when Byrne got here, I'm not sure a whole lot of relationships had been cultivated.
That wasn't Jim Livengood's strength.
No.
He was an old school athletic director and good at that.
Right, an old football coach. Yeah.
But time came to raise money, and that wasn't what he did best. Mm-hmm. And as much as I liked him, it was good he moved.
Right. What would keep Greg Byrne in Tucson?
Wow. He gets a $3.5 million retention, not bonus, a gift from a donor in June 2020.
Wow.
That's pretty good. That's $700,000 a year between now and then.
Yeah.
So someone else trying to hire him is going to have to add that $700,000.
Right. They're essentially doubling his salary between now and the end of the year. Is there, Greg, something culturally, and you know Greg Byrne fairly well, is there something culturally where Tucson fits him maybe more than a larger school like Ohio State or Texas would?
It would probably be a guess on my part, but I think I think you could almost accurately say this fits him better because he's more intimate with people. Mm-hmm. And at Texas, the audience is so much bigger he can't get to know you.
Right. In Tucson, everybody knows who Greg Byrne is.
Yeah.
And I think that it's important for our viewers here to know that that's not the way it is everywhere. No, you go into the Bay Area and you say, is that the athletic director of Cal? No. The average person wouldn't know. Right.
In Seattle, no one knows Washington's athletic director.
Right. I think that that's a double-edged thing, but I think that Byrne, for the most part, embraces it and is comfortable in it here in Tucson.
Right. I think he's one of the 3 most identifiable people in Tucson. Maybe Jim Click's in the group.
I was going to say, what about Mr. On?
Mr. On's getting there. But Byrne's in that top group.
Yeah.
He's in there with, I think, more people recognize him than Rich Rod.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, the good news, if you're an Arizona fan, is that this thing won't be settled for quite some time. Texas has hired an interim athletic director to serve, they say, through August of 2016. If Greg Byrne is being targeted by Texas, that probably won't come for at least another 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
That'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with pop money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.